Hello and welcome to City Focus. I'm Diane Gonzalez. The 2016 Mayor's Arts Awards will be presented the evening of June 15th on the main stage at the Lied Center. The Lincoln Arts Council produces this event to honor all those in the capital city who are working to create a vibrant arts community. My guests today are Lori McAllister with the Lincoln Arts Council, and we're pleased to have two Mayor's Arts Awards recipients with us today. Rick Helwig is with the Teach a Kid to Fish organization, and actor Matt Lukasiewicz. Thank you both so much for being here, and you, Lori, as well. I'm going to start with you. For someone who has never been to the Mayor's Arts Awards, and this has been going on now for years,
yes.
Describe what happens that evening.
Oh, wow. Well, you're right. This is the 38th Mayor's Arts Awards, in fact, and it's just a magical evening. It takes place on the main stage at the Lied, so there's always a little bit of pixie dust involved whenever you get to go backstage in a venue like that. The capacity is 400 people, and we're always at capacity. And it's not only a chance to honor all the creative activity, but we also honor philanthropists, and we honor the tech people behind the scenes that make the art possible. And it's a great coming together of the community. In fact, I'm not aware of any other city that brings together such a great cross-section of community leadership, civic leadership, and artists and art enthusiasts of all ages. So plus, and wait, there's more, plus it's also a great time to just get a taste of the work of the Lincoln Arts Council that we do the rest of the year as well. It's a wonderful evening.
Yes, and there's an interesting theme this year. The theme is always kind of fun, but this year is a little scary.
Well, and not meant to be frightening, of course, but you are correct. It is Artzilla. Artzilla, unlike her distant cousin Godzilla, is a little bit more whimsical and a little bit more fun. But part of that is due to the talent of our local visual artist, Wendy Jane Bantam, who had a big hand in designing Artzilla for us. And in fact, she is creating the actual awards that will be presented.
Which is very appropriate because she was an Arts Award winner just last year.
Absolutely.
Well, we do want to give people the details real quick on all the schedule for the evening. The Mayor's Arts Awards, again, is the evening of Wednesday, June 15th at the Lied Center for Performing Arts. The reception starts at 5:30. There will be a dinner and then the awards presentation. We try to have everyone out of there by 9.
That's correct.
It goes quick. It goes quick. It's a very fun evening. We are going to run the complete list of award winners after the program, but we want to feature two of our award winners that are with us today. And Matt, we're going to start with you. You are the Artistic Achievement Award for Performing Arts, and you actually live in the Hastings area where you work in the family business, but you've acted in many, many productions in Lincoln.
Yes. This
one in particular you're being honored for is your role in Hamlet last year. Tell us about that.
Wow, that's a pretty open question. It was a wonderful experience. A huge amount of thanks goes to Bob Hall, and he had approached me about a year prior and had hinted about wanting to do that show and wanting me to be a part of it. There was, of course, a little bit of trepidation that, can I possibly make Hamlet work while trying to fulfill all of my capacities in the family business. But ultimately, I decided it's Hamlet. I'll make time for Hamlet. Bob and I met several times. It was a really wonderful journey that I got to go on. I played Hamlet once in college when I was at Wesleyan, but I'm a different person today than I was years ago. And to be able to take on that role again, having gone through the experiences that I had personally in that time, and just growing as a person, growing as an artist, it was a really wonderful experience, and I think it ultimately ended up in a Hamlet that is rarely seen. Through Bob Hall's guidance, and one of the things that was wonderful about it is that Bob and I both agreed that Hamlet is a very funny play. It really is, and so many times that humor is neglected, but in letting ourselves run free and explore the comedy that is in Hamlet, hopefully it made the heartbreaking moments all the more so and more impactful. And it was, I don't know, what do you say? It was really a wonderful journey.
It was magical for the audience too.
I hope so.
I've seen Hamlet several times. I've never seen this Hamlet. What was your goal with portraying this very complicated character?
Honesty, first and foremost, and not to let our interpretation of the script somehow be pigeonholed into or overly influenced by all of the versions that both Bob and I had seen before, whether it be on stage or in cinema. And I think Bob and I were able to come together in a place to where we were just really digging into the script itself without preconceived notion, and we both agreed that there is a tremendous amount of neglected humor in this show. So I guess where we were hoping to go with Hamlet was to be the antithesis of that, to not have an agenda going into the process. And I was fortunate enough to attend the school at Steppenwolf in 2006, and I took a class with Fran Guinan at that time. And one of the things that he said to me at that time still lives with me and resonates in any script I ever open up, especially if it's something like Shakespeare or a really highly regarded script. And what he said was, let the words do the heavy lifting. So if you can kind of try to remove yourself from it, or an idea of what should I do with this, and you can find a place where you let the author really tell their story and try to stay neutral and just be a vehicle for that, I think some really impressive things can happen.
Now we should also mention Bob Hall is a
Yes.
previous Mayor's Arts Award winner
Yes.
for all his great work here.
I'm in good
Lincoln.
company.
Well, Rick, the Teach a Kid to Fish organization has won the award for the Lincoln Community Foundation Arts for Kids Award. And you brought along the product
I did.
of your work.
One of them.
Tell us about your organization, first of all, and then about this project.
Well, the mission of Teach a Kid to Fish, we're actually, this Sunday, we're celebrating our 8th anniversary. Teach a Kid to Fish was founded by Dr. Carla Lester, who's a pediatrician. And our mission is to prevent and eliminate the childhood obesity epidemic by empowering children and families to eat healthy and be active. And so a lot of what we do is messaging. And this is an outgrowth of a Safe Routes to School program that we were doing a number of years ago, and working in around the district, working with kids, promoting the physical activity of walking to school. And that we discovered doing that rather than us going into schools telling kids, you should walk to school or you should eat your vegetables, it's a lot more powerful if you have kids do it for you. And so when we started thinking about ways to expand our work in the schools, I had written one of these books a number of years ago And I kind of took that idea. The book was about walking to school. And I took the notion of all of our other healthy living messages. It's an ENERGY acronym, where I have a picture of it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. The ENERGY acronym is Empower the Movement, and it's eat 5 or more fruits or vegetables every day, no more than 2 hours of screen time each day. Every day be active for an hour or more, rethink your drink, get plenty of sleep, and finally the positive message, you can do it.
And the hero is Mookie, and the artwork in this is what really brings it to life.
Well, yeah, this is what we're so excited about. The artwork is done by students of Eastridge Elementary School for this particular book, but we work with 6 different LPS elementary schools with students from kindergarten through 5th grade who take our words and illustrate the books. And they also do a lot of heavy editorial work as they go through, because they're the ones that are reading it and they know what works. I loved it one day. We were right about 2 days going to print with this, and I got 3 pages of notes from a 4th grader. At the top of the pages it said, things you need to change. And most of them she was right on, and it works. So when I go in and start talking to the artists in the various schools, I say, feel free, if there's anything that doesn't seem right, change it, we'll talk about it, we'll make it work.
Well, what does it mean to you and to the kids to win this award?
It's a thrill, and I'm thrilled for the kids. I have, this book was published and released about a year ago in May of last year. And we had a book release party at Firespring, and it was really fabulous to see the kids sitting at the autograph tables and the lines of people looking for the illustrators to autograph the books. So that's wonderful, because the kids really make the book their own. It's not mine anymore, it's theirs. It's definitely theirs. And another great thing is that we have so much faith in them, in their abilities to get our messages out. And they really take that to heart. And they come to understand that there are things that they can do in their lives, simple things that they can do just for a lifetime of good health. So it's thrilling.
Matt, let's talk a little bit with you about what your feeling was when you got the phone call that you had won a Mayor's Arts Award.
It's a little bit blurry, I think. Lori might actually be able, she was the one who called me. She may be able to speak to this a little more articulately than I can at the moment. I think my answer was, well, I had some missed phone calls, and I called back and said, hi, my name's Matt. I think somebody here has been trying to reach me for something. And Lori answered and said yes, and then she told me what it was about. I think my response was, really? Wow. I think that was about the extent of it.
With lots of extended silences in between.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there were. It was certainly not one of my more verbose moments.
But it was a surprise.
Yes, it absolutely was a surprise, and I was and still am humbled and flattered. It's a very gracious thing, and I was having a conversation with Melissa Epp this morning, who is also on the Lincoln Arts Council, and we were talking about there's a certain aspect of getting this award, this Performance Arts Award, especially with a medium like most of the performing arts, is that it is such a massively collaborative effort. There are so many people involved, and there is a tremendous amount of work that is done by a lot of people before I ever even step on a stage. And there's something that's very humbling about that I don't, it's almost guilty a little bit that I get this award, that I get this that I get this recognition when I had, yeah, Hamlet talks a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, I had a very small part in what all had to take place pre-show, during, and post-show to make something like this happen. So I'm humbled and very grateful.
Well, talking about the process, there was also a process to choose winners like these two. Tell us how that all happens and how early it starts.
Well, as far as the actual process, we usually start inviting nominations from the community in the fall, around October, November. There is a little bit of an essay to be written to nominate a favorite organization or event or individual. But that all comes from the community. Of the 16 awards that we'll be presenting, 12 of those categories are all generated from the community. For this last year, we had 33 nominations, which is just phenomenal. And they were strong nominations, which makes for a bit of a challenge for the selection panel. But I think it just illustrates what a treasure of talent that we have in Lincoln on all levels. The technical support to make it happen, the philanthropy that of course fuels and underwrites and funds these things, as well as the amazingly talented folks of all ages that get involved in creating art in Lincoln. It is a lot of work, but it's an amazing process, and it all culminates at this celebration.
Now, there are tickets available for this event, and ticket sales support a part of the cost of producing this event. But you also have, like everything that the Arts Council does, there's always support from community sponsors as well.
That is correct. The Mayor's Arts Awards is a major fundraiser for the work that the Lincoln Arts Council does year-round. And we do have some tremendous sponsors that step up to sponsor the awards as well as the event. But even the cost of a ticket and attendance is also fantastic support. So we certainly encourage anybody that's interested to come out and attend.
And with that, we will tell folks where they can get tickets and find out more information about the Mayor's Arts Awards. Again, the event is coming up the evening of Wednesday, June 15th. It starts at 5:30 with a reception at the Lead Center. There's also a dinner and then the awards program. You can find out more about tickets at artscene.org, or you can call the Arts Council 402-434-2787. There will be some invitations that are mailed out to folks who have been to the event in the past, but if you don't get one and you're interested in attending, it's artscene.org. Well, I do want to mention again, we're going to run a complete list of all the Mayor's Arts Award winners at the conclusion of this program. Right now, I want to congratulate Rick and Matt again for your awards. And thank you, Lori, for all the work you do for the Lincoln Arts Council.
Certainly.
And thank you for joining us for City Focus.